Got my selenite one. Yes. All right. Yay. All right. Uh-huh. Yeah. Just raising the vibration. Yes. All right. Let's party. Ah, what a great intro. I love this song. I love this song. Bum, 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 bum. Oh yes, and I got my little crystals with me too. Hey. Yes. Hey. Hey. All right. Yes. All right. Let's party. You guys, I have so much fun. Thank you for letting me party out with you. Thank you for letting me party out with you guys. I am Adrian. I am Capricorn Tigress of Astrology, a look inside.com. And I can't believe it's been, I'm almost sure I've been on YouTube 10 years, but I don't think I've had Astrology, a look inside for 10 years. I think I've had that for 7 or 8 anyway. I've been at this for a while, and there's always something new to talk about. There's always something going on, and I just realized it has me completely out of focus. I'm completely out of focus, and I feel this. I feel completely out of focus. Okay, it is 4 o'clock in the morning. It's 4:08 a.m. right now in the morning. I have attempted to come and make videos about this upcoming new moon in Aries. I have attempted to come and make a video about this new moon in Aries for 10 days. That's how off I am. Like, I'm 10 days late. I'm 10 days late. Like, it's that off. Now, a lot of it is because I think of what we're going through, with the political things going on in America. I am a person of color. There is a great deal of fear. And I think a lot of us just froze. I froze. Okay. And apathy sets in, and there's fear that sets in. This inability or fear of talking about whatever is going on or the truth. And also this feeling like, you're gaslit. You feel like you're crazy, like there's something wrong with you, the way you're seeing it, because you're not seeing it the way some people are seeing it. Like, I'm seeing all these people like, yeah, we finally got a leader in office. Yeah, we're finally taking control. Yeah, we're finally, going to be on top. We're going to be the leaders. And da-da-da-da. And meanwhile, I'm seeing other things from countries like England and Germany and France and even places like Sweden. They're putting out warnings for people to not come or travel to America. In most cases, what they're saying is that America is dangerous. I know you think I'm crazy, so I'm going to find a couple. Hold on. Let me see if I can find something to show you. I don't want you to think I'm just... So I'm back, you guys, and I wanted to go over where the planets are because we're heading into this new moon situation in Aries. And the sun right now is at 5 degrees of Aries, already 5 degrees, wow. We've got Mercury at 3 degrees of Aries and Venus at 1 degree of Aries. So basically, at this very moment, we've got a little stellium going on in Aries already with the Sun, Mercury, and Venus. And I actually think normally I would be happy about the Sun, Moon, and Venus together. But I don't like the idea that the Sun, Moon, and Venus are together in Aries. And one of the things that popped up recently was, what is it, Pete Hegseth and Vance or whatever exposed plans for war on Yemen or something like that. First of all, it's the idea that they're planning for war. That upset me a great deal because this is what bad presidencies do. They rely on war to try to, it's a long story. I've seen documentaries on why some presidents rely on war or warmongering, and I'm upset that they're going to use that tactic, especially in the situation we're in. But what most people are upset about is just the craziness of them, first of all, having all that information on an open chat where it ended up getting exposed, and it's a long story. If you have not heard about the PX exposure, yeah, it is not good, you guys. It is not good. I was going to see if I had this here. Give me a second again. Give me a second. I just showed a picture. I don't even know if that picture is going to show up. I don't know if this is paused. I don't know what's going on. This is why I didn't want to go live. This is why I didn't want to record this. And I'm going, if it didn't go through, then it didn't go through. I am just so tired right now. I'm making this video, but I'm making this video in protest, not really protest. I'm angry. I didn't even realize I was angry till I just said it, but I'm angry. And I'm angry also because the sun is at 5 degrees of Aries. And Mercury is at 3 degrees of Aries. And even Venus is in Aries at 1 degree of Aries. And soon we're going to have a new moon at 9 degrees of Aries in less than 4 days. In 4 days. Right now the moon is at 11 degrees of Aquarius. So it's sitting on my natal Saturn in my first house right now. And I'm not feeling anything. I'm not feeling this. Not only that, Pluto is sitting exactly on my Mercury at 3 degrees of Aquarius. So everything I'm saying might sound a little harsh, a little angry, a little frustrated, a little whatever that Aquarius, Pluto and Aquarius, Mercury and all this Aries is creating. And that's reality. And so I wanted to bring that information. I think on top of everything, Mars is at 21 degrees of Cancer and Chiron is at 21 degrees of Aries. So Chiron is squaring Mars in Cancer at 21 degrees. You would think Mars in Cancer would have brought a little bit of empathy and compassion, but we really didn't see a lot of that. We saw a few judges try to create more empathy and compassion in the month of March, but really not much. It's been really frustrating to watch, and Mercury is retrograde, so there's been a lot of retrograding going on, including the rollback of segregation. Can you believe this? You know, I made a video just about a month ago, and I got called out because I was talking about certain things, about racism and things, and everything I said obviously was true. This was actually their plan. There is a callback for racism. It is what's going on. It is what it is, people. It is what it is. So how do we deal with that now that we know that's what the plan is? Now that we know that they are planning war on Yemen and other things, like we know this is not good. And my question is, how do we deal with that as a people? Are we going to be apathetic? Are we going to remain quiet? I feel like as a person of color, I have to remain quiet. It is not our battle to win. We can try, but it's not. It is up to people who are not of color to stand up and say, oh my gosh, this is not right. This is unfair. This is bogus. Like, we can't deal with this in 2025. This is horrible. Most of this stuff is what your grandparents and great-grandparents and great-great-grandparents fought against. So it's disgusting. And why should we give it credence? I think that people need to stand up and take a stand. Now, Jupiter is at 15 degrees of Gemini, and luckily it is now direct, so we can get the freak out of Gemini. And by the time we get to June, it will go into Cancer. And I'm praying that when Jupiter gets into Cancer, we will lose some of this, whatever it is that really, it's a lot of thinking, not even good thinking. Some of the thinking is twisted, but there's just zero compassion. There's no empathy. In fact, I think Elon said basically that empathy was like a crutch, or that it was negative. And I'm thinking, what? You mean to tell me just being a caring person? I mean, this is the person who said that their child is dead because they chose a different way of life. So I'm praying that when Jupiter gets into Cancer, that we do go back into empathy and compassion and understanding and nurturing each other and caring for each other as people, as individuals, as humans. We have Saturn at 23 degrees of Pisces, and that's going to be moving into Aries also at the end of May or beginning of June. And I'm a little bit concerned about Saturn being in Aries, but it is what's happening and we've got to prepare for it. Uranus is at 24 degrees of Taurus. It is sextile that Saturn in Pisces. And I mean, it's Uranus and it's Saturn. I don't expect much good coming from this combination, although maybe change based on dogma, I guess. That's what's going on, right? This is horrible change. This is not good change, you guys. Let's see. Did I mention Neptune at 29 degrees of Pisces? So Neptune and Saturn are still teetering at the edge of Pisces, but Neptune's going to be moving into Aries too. I mean, this is all this emphasis in Aries. Oh, by the way, the true node is at 27 degrees of Pisces. So at least the node is going into Pisces. But look, we've got a lot of emphasis in Aries. There's going to be a lot more emphasis in Aries when the slower moving planets like Saturn and Neptune begin to move into Aries. And I think over the next week or so, the next couple of weeks, we're going to see the effects of too much Aries, okay? Because when the sun is in Aries, we're going to have this new moon in Aries. We've got Mercury in Aries. We've got Venus in Aries. There's going to be a solar eclipse in Aries, and it's a super moon in Aries. It's a lot of Aries, okay? There's a lot of Aries. And what does Aries represent? What is Aries? Aries is really volatility. Aries is a little childish, but Aries is fighting. Aries is war. The fact that they got caught talking about war when so much is in the sign of Aries, and Aries is the sign that often leads to war or talks about war or idolizes war. I just remember back when we had like an extended Aries Mars, and this is going back, I think it was 2020. It was during a time when all of the horrible things happened. All of it. It all started that. So I'm afraid that we're going to have something similar happen in 2025 when there's an extended period of Aries, emphasis because of the planets, that we're going to see aggressiveness and I'm hoping not horror. But it's going to be pretty aggressive. Okay, Aries is aggression. They are, they're warriors. They are constantly at war and battle. I know that Sagittarius gets a rep for being a warmonger, but it's Aries. And I think the problem with Aries is that they're so immature and they tend to go into battles and war because of immaturity. And due to that immaturity, a lot of times it doesn't end well. It ends in a lot of death and destruction and things of that nature. And what bothers me about that is that it's not necessary. We don't have to have death and destruction. We can completely avoid that if we were to avoid so much aggressive behavior. So that is really my concern, my warning. That's where the planets are. I wanted to kind of go with, the current, what's currently happening, where the planets are, how we might be affected by the planets, and that type of thing. Okay, so I wanted to at least give you that. I'm going to come back in a second, and then we're going to talk about more about this new moon. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit.